Hello everyone, this was the review of game Magic Siege, and the key was provided by developer. This is clearly a mobile game put to PC, and I can see that it's getting a lot of flack from the reviewers. They don't like it. For some reason people don't like mobile games on PC, which I have personally nothing against. And I must say that I personally liked it. I don't have a phone that can run those games, so I don't use a phone to play games at all. If I play such games, that's only on PC. And it's quite playable, I would say. A very simple tower defense, or rather just a horde defense game where you spam certain attacks on hordes of enemies. But it's quite a lot of upgrading and grinding. It will definitely give you a few hours of grind to finish the entire game. And I didn't really encounter many bugs. I just encountered one bug when the game kind of stopped, when the new enemies stopped coming and it was like stuck. But all I had to do was to just repeat the level. So I'm gonna show you maybe what we have here. We just have music and sound, of course no sliders, just on and off. This is not so much. A couple of languages. I was able to put the game into window mode by pressing Alt Enter. I think that's the buttons. You can sometimes do it in games. And there is a shop apparently. Let's see the shop. Yeah. So this is the shop to upgrade our stuff in game, which is quite okay. I was mostly using Chain Lightning, I guess. And then you can upgrade special attacks that you have stacked in your, well, combat area. A couple of potions that you can use to upgrade. Maybe let's upgrade them. You can get some stuff for your mana pool and health pool. This is also a group of achievements you can get. They give you money, so there's less grinding if you can do it. And then we have passives, couple of them. Not sure what fortification does. It's just more HP. Let's upgrade it. And those are the end game bonuses. So resurrection potions that allow you to start over a level, or I guess something like that. And two robes, not so much really. The one is for pyromancer, one is for money. It would be nice if there was one for every sort of spell, because there is a couple of elements, I think 4. Yeah, I guess there's 4 elements. And once you're done with all the upgrades, you can just go to the game. Let me just check where it is. I guess it's just play, and then you have to pick. Yeah, you have to pick the area. I am pretty sure there is 100 levels or 50 or something like that. Quite a lot, and you can replay them. I'm gonna replay 1 or 2 levels, maybe level 10. So you see some lower lower levels. Oh, actually, I clicked something else probably. Oh, whatever. Let's have level 12 or whatever level I clicked. Right, so this is the chain spell, quite effective. You can also use fireballs, or rather firewall in that case, because I switched one fire spell to another. This is the breath of cold, so you generally switch. This is sort of poison earth spell, and the enemies keep coming from the right. You defend on the left. You have this firewall. That's one of the upgrades. You have your pet that is shooting projectiles at enemies. They might get upgrades that upgrade their regeneration, or rather allow regeneration, or they can have upgrade that improves their damage. I think it's damage. You can also set barriers like this. You can freeze them, or you can set mines. So all to defend yourself. And you can use potions to heal your mana bar, health bar, and both, if you want to heal both. Your health bar is on the left. This is generally when they get to your base. You get gold for killing enemies. Mana is used to cast spells. There is the cost, there is the pool. So I have a pool of 180, and the spells cost different amounts. I'm usually just using a chain spell that hits more than one enemy. Also, it's upgraded. And the bar here allows us to see how many roughly waves of enemies will come. So that's how it goes. It seems easy, but that's low levels. So normally you don't have everything unlocked yet. You have to do with what you have. I'm on level 30 right now, so I played it quite a long time. Let's just check the timer, how much I played it. 2 hours, yeah. I was grinding this for 2 hours, so I got quite far. Maybe let's move to another area. This is the 31 area. Maybe we'll do level 25 and then the last one, just to compare the difficulty. Okay, so I'm going to do the same. By the way, the game stops when you go out of the game window, which is nice. And so it goes. You just do this, you grind slowly, you get upgrades. Probably with all the upgrades you will be able to progress, and then the game, I guess, ends after you do everything. I don't see any microtransactions in games in this game. Also, it's rather cheap. I think it's around $1 something, so it's really cheap even for my standards. This is well, judging by my standards, this would have to be 5 hours of gameplay. I'm not sure if this is 5 hour long game, but after 2 hours, I'm like, well, depends. If it's 50 levels, I'm 60% in the game. If it's 100 levels, I'm 30% in the game. So it might be, I would say, well, let's count it. If 2 hours is 30% in best case, then 6 hours would be, well, it should be 6 to 7 hours or half of that if the game has 50 levels, but I think it has 100. I think there's achievement for 50, but it's very likely there's 100 levels. So for 5 Polish zloty, which is like $1.25 or something like that, that's a good price. That's a good price for a game that you're gonna grind for a few hours and forget about it. It's not overpriced at least, and it's quite playable if you do something else. You know, if you are downloading something and you just want to kill an hour, you know, or just watch a movie on another screen, just keep clicking and grinding. It's not painful, it's not annoying. You know, you feel your progression. If you fail, you can just replay a couple of levels and get some upgrades and try again. It's not annoying in any way. Amount of bugs, as I say, I just encountered one bug. So in playing 30 levels and replaying some of them, I just had one bug, so that's not bad for a very cheap game. But yeah, the game is just that. You upgrade everything, which I pretty much unlocked most stuff that's in the game, and then you can upgrade everything, right? And that's it. Once you linearly in a linear way upgrade all the stuff, then you just grind. Well, you just go through levels. You have nothing more to grind, but it's gonna take a few hours clearly. So it's not really bad. It's a cheap, of course, game. It's a genre that some people don't like. Simplified horde mode. It's not that simple really, because the enemies can have specific methods of attacking. They can spawn minions. They have different weaknesses to those elements. So they're not. It's not very easy, I would say. You have to kind of play strategically. Maybe sometimes use more of the resources. Sometimes use those barriers. Try to match spells to the enemy type so that it goes better. I'm gonna show you the last level now, just to show you how it looks when it goes bad. Maybe I'm gonna just upgrade something to increase my chance. I would like to have this chain lightning higher, but I don't have money. What can we do? Maybe minefield, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna use it. So what else? Nothing really here. Yeah, I guess that's it. So let's just try. Let's just try a bad game with a character that's not really fully prepared for combat. I probably don't have enough upgrades. Maybe my barrier should be level 5 to just kill them. As you can see, they will be regenerating. I'm gonna put here maybe 1 or 2 those firewalls. Then I'm going to try to kill them with lightning, as I usually do. At least if we fail, we get some stuff. We get like barriers here. So even a bad game gives you some stuff. And of course we're grinding money, but rather slowly. We're also grinding potions, so it's not so bad. It's gonna of course have many waves, because this is already level 31. So this is gonna be problematic. They probably do more damage now, but they don't regenerate, so they are easier to kill. Not sure if they're also taking more damage. I don't think so. They just have one of the 2 upgrades. So the game looks very simple, but it's not really all that simple. There is a slight amount of upgrading and interactions between your spells and their weaknesses, and whether or not they have the upgrade and what stuff used. For instance, if I put here the barrier, which I'm trying, you have to do it like this, it's gonna block some of them. Now I can put a firewall there. Maybe if they're closing, I should use this. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm doing stupid things. Probably I am. Alright, let's try to kill those who shoot. because they make problems. I can heal everything, right? I healed my mana and my HP. I'm gonna just heal HP. As you can see, I don't have much HP potions, which might be a problem. I can also try to prepare like this and use a couple of those. Alright, maybe we can kill them there. Hopefully. They won't regenerate, so we should be able to kill some of them. Maybe we put there fire. I'm gonna spam this a bit. And now I'm gonna try to target the bowmen. Oh, not really. Those are going to summon the skulls. So I also want to kill them quite quickly. Also, there is a sort of a wiki in game that appears in following levels, but you don't have access to it. So also one guy wrote in a review that you don't have access, and there should be an access to it. So yeah, I beaten the level. Is this gonna have another level? No. I would play now the next level, but I don't think I want to. I will just go back. Maybe we'll try to do this. Yeah, it's 32 is unlocked, and we are slowly progressing. So yeah, that's pretty much the game. I cannot say I hate it. I would give it 6 out of 10 because it's trying to get some upgrades and mix match some stuff in the game. It's in its basic core gameplay, yes, you just spam spells at zombies and other enemies that go from right to left, and that's it. But there is quite some number of upgrades. It's not very big. It's not like you can choose a build because everything is linear, but at least you have those upgrades, and at least the enemies are slightly different, so it's not super simple. The game is designed to be short. It's not trying to steal your money with microtransactions. It's all for that $1 something, and you have the full game. You have those few hours of gameplay, or maybe grind, or whatever you want to call it. It's not a big title. It's not trying to be a big title. It adds a little bit to this very basic formula. Some people also hated graphics. Personally, I would say I definitely prefer this type of graphics than pixel art, because you know, I'm just annoyed. I think pixel art is lazy in most cases. It's just annoying when you don't have any option to use anti-aliasing. It's just pixelated for the sake of it. In this case, you can say the graphics are poor, but at least they don't look, well, disgusting to my eyes. I feel like it's 2018 and somebody is using at least basic powers of their computers and editor programs. Like, I would expect stuff to not be pixelated in this year and age. So at least that. I would say the graphics average. It's doing its job. It's not super awesome, but it's not disgusting as well. The game is quite long for something like that. It takes time to beat all the levels. You're gonna fail a couple of times. You have to upgrade and grind. So there is some satisfaction in actually beating a level after you upgraded something, after you got stuff that allows you to go through, to push through the level, which you couldn't do before. Like, I was stuck on one of the bosses, and then I just used a couple of those barriers and other powers, and also I upgraded, I grinded, and I was able to do it, so it was satisfying. So yeah, I would give it 6 out of 10. It's a very simple, I always forget the name, mobile, yeah. It's a very simple mobile game that was ported to PC. It's not gonna give you more than a couple of hours, probably something between 4 and 7 hours, and that would be it. But it's very cheap, so I think if you like games like that, you can get it. It's not a problem. I wasn't having much pain playing it. It was okay. If I was just doing something else, if I wanted to kill time, that would work. Of course, don't expect too much from it, but it's not as bad as people say in the reviews in the Steam. I wouldn't agree with that. It's you know, if all games would give you 7 hours for $1, I wouldn't really be angry about it. There is many games that do like 15 hours of gameplay for 100. Well, it's not 100. It's another price. Yeah, it's like 25 and more dollars for 15 hours. Like Vampire, for instance, very overpriced. So you know, you should start low. You should really start with making games small, and then upgrade from there, and then just slowly add the price, add the value to game. If your game is 20 hours, you should just sell it for $3 or $4. And if you want to ask for more, you should really add a lot of substance to the game. You know, games like Dark Souls or Grim Dawn, I understand it. I understand the price. By the way, they also get cheaper. They also can be bought cheaper on sales. But those games can give you hundreds of hours. And many games are much less than that. Many games are between 10 and 30 hours, and they are vastly overpriced. So this game goes right that direction. It's small, it's not complex, it's linear, but it's also very cheap. So this is a fair price, and the game is within a genre that you wouldn't expect much from, like horde mode. I always forget the name. Mobile games, which usually have annoying microtransactions. In this case, you don't have it. You don't have to pay like $2 or $3, which is often the case, or $5. You just pay $1. So that's much more fair than what I've seen many times on Steam, and not only on Steam. I would say it's a fair price for a basic, simple game with small attempts to add to the mix, right? There is many enemy types, there is spell element types, there is some upgrades, there is some achievements, there is feeling of progression, and the price matches the quality, I would say. So that was it for the review. That will be it. I think I showed you enough of the game. You can see if it has 50 or 100 levels yourself. You can also grind as much as you want, upgrade the way you want, and do it in your pace, slowly or fast, however you prefer. So guys, that was Magic Siege. I give it 6 out of 10, a positive review. But as always, check in more than one place, at least 3 places if you are thinking about buying a game. Make up your own decisions, spend your money wisely, and pay for what was done, pay for the work that was put into the game, not pay for the hype, or pay because you have emotional need to play something that's shiny and new. Be smart with your money, be smart with buying. Don't trust one person, don't trust the developer or me or any other reviewer. Double check everything, because it's your life, it's your time, it's your money, it's your fun, and you should be smart about it. So that will be it for the Magic Siege, and I will see you guys in the next review.